Good morning, Laguna Woods. My name is Rick Bradford. This is Inspiration for Today. I think every day I totally love having the audience here. But you are our audience too, Laguna Woods, and this show really is for you and for our community. I don't know if you know it, but I have lived in Laguna Woods for about 12 years now, and for the last 9.5 of those years, been the pastor at Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods. It's because of that, and that's how we got involved with doing this daily show, that where we talk about Bible verses, and we really hope that you're finding it challenging and interesting, that you start your day off with a word from the Lord. But it is not just for those of us from Saddleback Laguna Woods. It's for Christians of other churches. But maybe you're just in your living room and you want to think about, could this Christianity thing be true? I invite you to just tune in every day, listen to our stories of our guests, and make a decision for yourself. At least you've thought about it. Now, our verse for today is similar to the one from yesterday. It's also short and it's also very challenging. It comes from John chapter 15, verse 17. And Jesus himself is speaking on this one. And he says, "This is my commandment, that you love one another." That you love one another. Now, yesterday's verse, and you can always go back on YouTube and see that show if you missed it. But the verse yesterday just said, "Do everything in love." Did you notice the difference? In this one, Jesus says, "Love one another." So who are the one another's? Why that? You see, this one's a little bit different because Jesus is talking about the church, his family, the followers, the children, those who are followers of Christ. And we're to love one another. Even more so, we're to love everyone yesterday, but today specifically, to love each other. And that is a huge difference. Now, Mary is still here, and I so appreciated all you had to say yesterday about the food pantry. And if that's of interest to anyone, I hope, again, they'll go back and get those informations on that. But this is one. You're also involved in another ministry. That's food for the whole world. You go to the Laguna Woods world anyway. Tell me about your ministry. We call it hospitality ministry.
Well, we call it breakfast.
Oh, okay.
We started that, I think, right at the beginning, too, when we just mostly had the donuts and bagels, which is that's even a lot more than most have. And then we added it. Our small group is what started that.
Really?
With Joyce and others there. Yeah. And been there ever since. But we don't work every Sunday.
Right.
We have a great team. You're going to be talking to her another time, Virginia. And so we have a lot of volunteers for that.
So describe, I know they're seeing a picture of it, but describe, I guess there's two aspects of it. There's the physical, here's what you can eat type thing.
Okay.
But there's the other side of it too, the greeting, the friendliness, the welcoming. Your team, the team that serves with you, is so good at that.
Well, I think that's because they love being with people.
Okay.
And just on that food real quick is that we've added a lot more food. We have...
So what all do you have now?
We have the hard-boiled eggs, and we used to have grapes, and then we have the broccoli and carrots. You blink at that for breakfast. And then we have apples, and of course the donuts, so forth. But what is so exciting about serving is you get to talk to all the people that are coming. And when they come in, they get their coffee and their food, and they can go in the room and sit down with their friends at a table.
So just to be clear, this is on Sunday mornings at our particular church,
we have
which is
9 o'clock service and 11 o'clock service.
Okay, and so you serve breakfast at both?
At both. And we have a large attendance, which you would know how many.
Yeah.
It's about 300 each service.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of food.
So there's a lot of food. That's a lot of work. In fact, I know as a fact that the donut slicers get there by 7:30 in the morning,
Yeah,
right?
right.
And then,
There's a lot of work.
but you
setting
have
up.
there's a different team for each service, so no
Mhm.
one works through the whole morning. Isn't that accurate?
Yes. And the second service is a different team.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
But the love part is when they come and they're picking out their food. We talk to them. At least I do. That's easy
Yeah.
for me to do. But you find the new people then, and so you just kind of make them feel welcome
Yeah.
a little bit
You
more.
know, there's nothing like putting a cup of coffee in somebody's hand, and there's something about it. I'm friendlier.
With the cup of
I
coffee.
like
And you come back for seconds all the
I
time.
do. I do. But you're supposed to keep that to yourself. Now, I've been pretty good. I'm only eating half a donut.
Well, it's just
A
for coffee
day.
you come back for.
I do. Yeah. I have 2 eggs. All right, enough of that. No, we do that, and just so you know, the reason that from our perspective, because we invest in that, and we love that people can come and fellowship and sit around. I mean, as Mary started to say, we have in our worship center, we have round tables. So you can bring your food and your breakfast in, sit down, have some conversation, and get ready
Come
for
early.
worship. Come early. And they do.
They do.
And they
Yeah.
do. And I love that's why we do it. So this is one of those ways that we follow this verse that says, love one another. This is actually a love gift to our fellow members in the church. Mary, do you know how many one? So this is one place Jesus says one another, love one another. But there are. Do you have any idea how many what we call one another's? There's encourage one another, pray for one another. Do you know how many of those there are?
No, you should have asked me sooner so I could have looked that
Well,
up.
no, I wanted
Google.
to act intelligent that I would know.
You would know.
Yeah.
Tell us,
Yeah.
Pastor Rick.
Thank you. No, it's there's about 30 of those
Wow.
in Scripture. And the reason I bring that up is that I hear people say, well, I don't have to go to church to be a good Christian. I can just live my life right. And there's some truth to that. But the problem is, since these one another's are within the family of God, the Christians, the followers of Christ, there's at least 30 commands of Scripture that if you don't go to church, you can't follow. You can't possibly do that. You need to be around other people that you can do these one another's. And so I just say that because we make church, and by the way, we're not the only good church in Laguna Woods. In fact, so that you know, I already have at least 3 pastors of other churches scheduled to come on the show within the next few weeks.
Oh, that's good.
And they're going to be talking about their church and what they do and how they do it. Because we're not the holder of all truth or something, but we are one expression of the family of
That's
God, and there's
great.
other good ones.
That's great.
But anyway, I just encourage people to find a church they like and that they can get involved with. And I know that you have openings on that hospitality team.
Yes, you
They
can
could come and help
volunteer,
you serve.
They can serve, and they'll find it a joy. When you reach out to other people, you're the one that's blessed.
Yeah,
It's exciting.
yeah.
And we have a great staff there too, and you'll get to know our pastors. There's Pastor
Because they're always
Dick,
they're always
Pastor
at the
Jeff.
they're always at the donut spot.
They are.
Yeah. Oh, it's so much fun. And I so appreciate you and all the people. And it's men and women that serve together.
Oh yeah, the men
It's,
do the coffee. They brew the coffee and serve us, and
and we can use more coffee makers.
Yes, we
That
can.
is for sure.
we can.
Well, Mary, thank you for being a part of the show the last couple
Oh,
days. And I
thank
so
you.
appreciate you and your ministry. You're always a blessing to me. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll see you again tomorrow.